The US dollar rose last week after a key US Federal Reserve official surprised the markets by his aggressively dovish comments on monetary policy. New York Federal Reserve Bank President John Williams suggested the Fed should be more aggressive in its monetary policy to prevent a slowdown in the US economy. Thus, the US dollar index closed firmer at 97.5 on Friday, gaining 0.10% for the week. Some market watchers now believe the Fed could cut interest rates by a quarter percentage point at the end of the month, rather than a half-point move. The euro fell against the US dollar on Friday to close at 1.1222, with a 0.28% weekly decline. The shared currency traded near its lows, although it shrugged off reports suggesting the ECB was planning to resume its bond buying program by November. In the meantime, the British pound failed to maintain its Thursday's gains, triggered by UK MPs' vote in favour of a bid to make it harder for the next Prime Minister to force through a no-deal Brexit by suspending Parliament. The pound-dollar pair closed the week in the red as the overall Brexit uncertainty remains high. The pair closed at 1.2502 on Friday, losing 0.15% for the week. As for the cryptocurrency number one, Bitcoin saw a volatile week. On one hand, a US congressman called Bitcoin an unstoppable force, and Chinese authority confirmed Bitcoin as a form of virtual property, meaning that it is legal to hold the cryptocurrency. On the other hand, the US Treasury Secretary said that cryptocurrency are mostly used for illegal activities. Bitcoin fell on Friday to close at $10,519 after skyrocketing by almost 10% the day earlier. For the week, the digital currency lost 7.2%. In commodity markets, oil prices decreased last week as investors digested news that Iranian president said the country would be ready to hold negotiations with the US if Washington lifted sanctions against Iran. Brent crude oil for September delivery closed at $62.47 a barrel on Friday, down by 6.37% for the week. The report showing US crude oil inventories decreased also added to the downbeat tone in oil markets. Oil prices, however, rebounded after Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps seized British oil tanker Stena Impero on Friday amid new concerns over a supply disruption. The price of WTI for August delivery rose by 33 US cents to settle at $55.63 a barrel. For the week, the WTI was down by 7.61%. Meanwhile, gold prices continue to benefit from the ongoing US-China trade war. Gold price settled at $1,426.30 on Friday, registering the weekly gain of 1.46%. You've watched Combined Review of Financial Markets with me, Anna Kasatkina. Stay tuned.